the helmet on.
And a lot of speed.
Might have sent Brown out if he'd have got the break out of the back on top. Now Arabello, worried man here. Sidestep by Graves. Graves, remember, all the rights of a jammer here. He's got a man to lead in for him, Darnay McPherson. Bill Grohl to do the blocking. He ducks McPherson's block. Bombers still have Arabello moving. Richard Brown is also out. So Arabello is out number 2-1. Now the Jolters will probably try to deal with Arabello when it doesn't backfire. Arabello gets away from him. Now Bill Grohl coming in. Grohl coming up after McPherson.
Oh!
Still going. Arabello going for more points. They get World way high. Arabello's got a point over Fisker. Arabello finally put down out there, calls it off. The crowd on its feet.
And they should be.
Bomber points all over the place.
4 Bomber points. Richard Brown, Arabello separated up on the rail. Now we go back to the replay. You see Jolters all over the track.
All over the track and outside the track too.
And there's Arabello going down. Richard Brown, the man that stopped him finally. 29-26, the Bombers fighting to get back in this game. Trail the Jolters by 3, under 2 minutes in the period. Bob Arabello taking a well-deserved rest down on the infield bench.
Skaters tonight on their men's roster. A full lineup.
Well, they're normal 7 rostered skaters, and Richard Brown didn't take anybody out of that lineup. They just added Brown to it.
Has Little Richard Brown signed a contract with the Jolters, or is he on
just a freelance situation? I think.
The Jolters and jammer number 1 is Jim Jackson. Bombers have Alvin Mallory on a long way behind. At the rear of the back, Darnay McPherson's already back there to do the defensive blocking for the Jolters. Let's see who the Bombers send back. Bill Grohl dropping back now. Ray's trying to get a block in on Grohl. Grohl gets out of that. Hooks Johnson back to the rail. Both jammers put down. Back up, Mallory the block. Jackson down. Now Alvin Mallory taking off the lead. Okay, Bill Grohl might have time to do something here. Grohl going after McPherson. He gets ready. Oh, he does.
2 points.
And they're still going. They go after Perez. To get something together, and they're starting to do it now. Let's watch the replay. Alvin Mallory, a satisfied man. Now here's Bill Grohl. He initially gets McPherson and Rays. Now Mallory was going to call it off. He sees Bill Grohl still pumping. So he says, okay, I'll follow. There's Johnny Rice with a block in there. That gets Perez high. Here's Cliff Butler. He's got Pancholi high.
You got to give a lot of credit to Bill Grohl, that jam.
And the Bay Bombers in the lead. Now you see Bill Grohl down in the infield with Alvin Mallory. Mallory, a tired skater. But what a play. 30-29. Suddenly the Bay Bombers not only back in it, they lead it.
All right.
That's the end of the 6th skating period. The score standing, the Bay Bombers 30, Southern Jolters 29. We'll pause along the IRSL network. Women on the track for the 7th period, their final period in regulation time. Of course, no game ends in a tie. It goes into sudden death overtime. The women would be back up on the track for that. 30-29, Bombers the lead by 1 point. Jolters the lead, jammer out Claudia Hobby, number 6. The Bombers, little Terry Inebnet, number 33 moving. Inebnet hit inside, another block by Hobby. Puts her into an upright and down. She scrambles to the infield, shaken up. She's going to stay in the bottom lineup. Game spunky gal, Terry Inebnet.
Well, she took a wallop there.
Yeah. Claudia Hobby, the Jolter jammer and the only jammer right now. Inebnet, only her 3rd season skating, we might mention, was Rookie of the Year in '78. Weston a takedown on Hobby. Give the Jolters with the only jammer. Now Weston warned on the 20-foot rule, you cannot block defensively more than 20 feet behind the pack. That a rule that unfortunately is sometimes honored more in the breach. Elbow block by Weston. Another block. We've got the pack at a dead standstill. That's why you see Weston standing. Now Eric trying to get back to assist their jammer. Weston just stood there and watched. Eric do the work for her. There is no score on the play. Somebody zigged when they should have zagged there. Claudia Hobby not too happy about it. 30-29. The Bay Bombers continue to lead by 1 point. Let's watch the replay now. Hobby down. Now Weston watching here. As we said, the pack at a dead standstill. Weston back with a block. Weston has got to keep an eye on what's happening up front here. With that pack standing still, it's easy for somebody to get back into you. Awful quick, and that's what Sherry Eric was trying to do. One more. Now Weston looks up. Looks back. Now she sees Eric coming, just ducks out of the way. And Eric going all backwards. Has no way to stop herself once she saw Weston move. Back to the live action now.
Scores 30-29. Bombers leading by 1.
That's right.
Close game tonight.
Well, Jolters in the last period got up to a 7-point spread, but 2 tremendous plays from the Bay Bombers at the end of that period turned this game around. Out for the Bombers, little Carol Peanuts Meyer. For the Jolters, number 3, Debbie Ramirez. Peanuts Meyer's rookie year was 1959 with the Bay Bombers. She would have been Rookie of the Year, except 1959 was also the rookie season for Jan Vallow. Vallow got the Rookie of the Year award.
A vintage year for great skaters.
It surely was. Boris Tucker on defense for the Bombers. Blocking Ramirez, the Jolter jammer. Jan Vallow blocking out Peanuts Meyer, the Bomber jammer. Meyer, now Tucker back with a block on Ramirez. Vallow has got Meyer tied up. Meyer put down on the track. Tucker a block back on Ramirez. 10 seconds. Meyer trying to move the outside of Vallow. Being blocked out. Meyer up. Vallow blocking her again. Time beginning to run out in this jam. Eric back on the block. Meyer down. Eric blindsiding Meyer. Meyer had no chance to see her coming until Vallow moved out of the way. No score on the play. Remains 30-29, however. Bombers by 1. See Jan Vallow. Andy Johnson there, number 2, coming up into the lineup. There's Jan Vallow. Now, warm night here, and it's beginning to tell on these skaters.
It's telling a little bit on us up here, Ken.
Oh. Joe Mahady, when you go back to New York, will you put this weather back in your suitcase and take it with you?
Oh, I'm going to leave it out here for a while.
I don't think you have a piece of it.
Joe, how's that New York franchise coming along?
It's coming along pretty good. We should know, I would say, between the end of the season and next season. We're looking at some new skaters to start a new franchise out there.
A lot of talk all around the league, Ken, Joe. Franchises talk. There's talk of a major league franchise returning to the Los Angeles area, which would be a lot of excitement for LA fans who haven't seen great skating in many, many years.
Well, we got some great skating out here right now. Jan Vallow got the best. Boris Tucker there, but Joni Weston is on the chase after Vallow. Vallow bumping hard. Back locked up in the turn. Vallow's got a couple. Different turns in the penalty. There are 2 Southern Jolter points. Scored over Corey Quillinan and Shirley Browning. So the Bombers, the Jolters lead, and the Bombers are calling a timeout. Following, we'll take a break too, along with the skaters. When we come back, have a pencil handy. We'll tell you how you can get in touch with your favorite skater. Right now, the score: Southern Jolters 31, Bay Bombers 30, and we'll pause along the IRSL network. If you would like to receive free advanced information in the next live game in your area, or if you would like to correspond with your favorite skater, simply drop a card or letter to the Bay Bombers, Post Office Box 7979, San Francisco, California 94120. That's the Bombers, Box 7979, San Francisco 94120. Action on the jam at the rear of the pack now. Weston blocking out Ramirez back there. Eric blocking out Peanuts Meyer. Boris Tucker catching back up to the pack. Jam called off. The officials say there is 1 Jolter point, and that was scored over Tucker. So that timeout for the Bombers didn't do too much good. Jolters score again, lead at 32-30.
No, certainly didn't. Referees are trying to get the pack together again.
The fatigue again is showing on these skaters out here. This has got to be the hottest night of the year here in San Jose.
Yes, it's definitely the hottest night of the season.
And it's taken a while to get this pack back together. We're at the 5-minute mark here in the 7th period, final winnings period in regulation time.
TV lights don't help either.
No, not hardly.
Ken and Joe, I don't even want to mention that the building's air conditioning system failed tonight.
They had air conditioning.
Did they?
Okay, Bombers have a jammer out. That is Corey Quillinan, number 31, but she's not going to stay out there. She's going to give it to Joni Weston. Jolters Claudia Hobby out, also Mandy Johnson. And they're spread out. Weston in the lead. 2 Jolters a little bit behind her. Quillinan is still out on the play. Hobby right behind Weston. Over half a minute in jam time. Jan Vallow, hard block on defense. They're going to double team Weston. Weston trying to move to the middle. Hobby moving up. Now they got Weston triple team. That's on the outside. Here on the inside, and Johnson behind. Weston in back. Down. Now the Jolters will move Hobby up. Blocking in the back. 2 Bombers. 3, 4.
They got a bunch of points there.
4 Southern Jolter points. And once again, the Jolters have broken this open. And Shirley Browning, the bomber down on the track. 36-30. The Jolters lead by 6. And the Bombers, of course, have already used their team timeout this period. They cannot do it again. There you see Weston triple teamed in there. When they get rid of Weston, they're free to lead in for Hobby.
You'll notice it took 3 to get Weston down.
Weston down. Now you see Vallow blocking up in there. Browning and Meyer taken out there. And we see other 2 Bombers pinned up on the rail right there. And Claudia Hobby walks right through. Just about everybody else in the Jolter team gets credit on assists there. Most of us looking too happy right now. 36-30. Jolters lead by 6. Largest point spread in the game was in the last period. That was Jolters by 7. The Bombers erased that deficit, but we're under 3 minutes now in this period. 7th period of action. 1 more to go. Off the whip, Jan Vallows out for the Jolters.
And well,
Joan Weston moving again for the Bombers. Weston on the chase after Jan Vallow. Weston on the inside, pointing at something back for the elbow.
McPherson tried to warn Vallow that Joni Weston was right behind her, but I guess apparently she didn't hear him.
Let's watch the replay again. Now Weston, now this is a little bit of subterfuge here. About the oldest game in the book, but Vallow went for it, hook, line, and sinker. Now Weston sees that Vallow is going to be out of position, at least if not down. And Vallow did go down. Moving on the inside, a lot of blocking in there, but Weston did get all the way on the inside. 4 very big Bomber points. There's Joni Weston. 36-34, the Jolter lead cut to 2, so the Bombers are not laying down yet.
Oh, they aren't. They don't give up.
We never give up in the Bomber organization.
That's right, Dave.
Thanks, Ken. And welcome to California, Joe.
Thank you, Ken. I mean, Dave.
I'm David. He's Ken.
Back together with 120.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
I have to see which button I press. Bombers down by 2 points.
Myers comes out
At this point. And
Tucker.
Dolores Tucker out. Jolter Jammers are out. Mandy Johnson and Claudia Hobby. But they got some catch-up work to do here. Peanuts Meyer leading the way. Dolores Tucker right behind her. Jolters have lost 1 jammer, Johnson, so that means Hobby, who is way back. You can barely see her in your screen there. Going to be outnumbered when she does catch up. About 30 seconds left in jam time. Now Meyer and Tucker will play the waiting game here. They're looking at a double block. They don't want to get trapped in here. Hobby trying to get him up in there. Eric Vallow, here comes John Weston. Weston's got to worry about Mandy Johnson, the Jolter secondary. And Weston.
Oh!
Beautiful play.
Beautiful.
Jam is called off now. All 3 of those skaters cannot score. The officially scored points are the only eligible jammers. I know that sounds confusing, but the pivot position is a conditional position. The pivot skater has the right to move as a jammer once the play is started.
And great coverage again by the Sports Channel crew here with Mike Cobb at the helm tonight. The inimitable great Mike Cobb. There
were 4 Bomber points, and I think it's Weston and Meyer, the 2 eligible scorers. The first 2 to score. 38-36. At the end of 7 full periods of skating, that's where it stands. Bay Bombers on top by 2 points. We'll pause along the IRSL network. Back with the action now. The 8th and final period. Southern Jolters lead jammer out. You see him right there, number 4, Bob Pancioli. Bombers Larry Stoll, number 35, a quarter lap behind. And Pancioli really honking out there. Darnay McPherson maybe trying to lead in for him here. They're not going to wait for Stoll. They're going to go right in there, blocking Cliff Butler. Pancioli on the inside. Let's see if he got extra points. He did. There are 2 Southern Jolter points. So quickly, the first play of the final period, the Jolters bounce back to tie it, 38 all. There's Mr. Pancioli, rookie with a team. Quite satisfied with himself right now. And Dave Lipschultz, I imagine that youngster's got quite a future for himself, considering his size and his speed.
I would say all the people on that Jolter lineup, Ken, all the way from Pancioli down to Mike Pfister. If you take a look at Mike Pfister, number 0 there, there's a man that I wouldn't mind seeing at all in the Bay Bomber jersey. The style and skating of just all those great little ones from the past.
Folks, if there are any trades made in the offseason, you heard it here first. There's Mike Pfister, number 0, currently with the Southern Jolters.
You're laughing, Ken, because I have my eye on him, huh?
It's not just that, Dave, but it's the hand that you got in the checkbook in your pocket, and I'm watching.
Great checks here.
I realize you're a gentleman who believes in diplomacy.
And that same Mike Pfister almost went over the rail.
By the way, that's his wife with the camera trackside there, a beautiful young lady.
Okay, we have 0 plus 1, number 10, the coach, Alfonso Reyes. Here's the jammer. It's the first time in a long time I've seen him actually put the jammer's helmet on. Bill Grohl in trouble. Grohl shaken up. Reyes on the inside is by him. Now, and he calls it off. There is 1 Southern Jolter point. That's enough to break the tie. Alfonso Reyes happy about that. 39-38, Jolters grab that lead by 1. There's little Richard Brown, number 2, and Joe Mahady. I know fans back east, particularly Pennsylvania, know a lot about Richard. You've seen a lot of him back there.
Oh, most of them love him, but sometimes they do not like him.
There's a very contemplative.
Yeah, he was traded. He was traded to I think it was a Chicago team for a couple months, and I don't know, the fans didn't like him.
A lot of problems with little Richard Brown's reputation
yes,
throughout this league.
That's what I'm trying to say, Dave. Thank you.
You're being real polite about it. I'm not afraid to say it.
Well, Alfonso Reyes has kept a fairly tight rein on him in the series so far.
Yes, he has. A lot of respect goes out to him.
Oh, we got him moving on this one. Little Richard Brown, number 2. Flashy style. Arkaki's here. Moving on the rear, Cliff Butler is blocked.
Oh!
Rice rail. Little Richard Brown, 2 Jolter points. He's really sticking it to the fans here. He says, I can do it on 1 skate, he says.
Well, he's a great skater, and he lets them know it.
You can't take it away from him. He has got the skating talent. Now you see him moving in. And he puts his own move on Butler. Nobody set that point up for him. Notice how he's positioned backwards there to see where the Bomber jammer was and call it off and prevent any point over his own man.
Great skating, but I'll tell you, this is the major leagues now, and he's going to have his handfuls throughout the International Roller Skating League if he wants to stay in this tough competition here.
Well, you know, it's like baseball. The first time around, the pitcher's got an advantage. Once you know who he is and how he works, it's a little bit harder. And a lot of these Bombers have not seen Richard Brown skate.
Very true, Ken, but like the Puerto Rican Winter League in baseball, then there's a major league in the United States. The states of the United States, Ken, not that Puerto Rico is not part of this country.
Okay, Mike Pfister. Some people are keeping a close eye on. Great jammer for the Jolters. Bombers Jim Fitzpatrick, number 31. Fitzpatrick back up into a block by Alfonso Reyes. Fister check back by Butler. Reyes hammers a block in on Fitzpatrick. Butler working on Fister. Fister down. Fitzpatrick tripped on Fister. Back up. Fister hits him, comes back. Now Fitzpatrick back. And I think we got a little battle going between these two here for a minute.
Yes, I think so. I don't think Butler's going to let him do that.
Fitzpatrick, though, taking off, trying for the point again. Put over the rail. Now Butler will just drive Fister back. Time to get him to run out. Carving elbow. And I think both coaches were handing out little personal instructions there on the art of defensive blocking to these two youngsters. And I'm sure that's part of any sport, I imagine, to an extent, where you try to intimidate a young player coming up.
Everybody has to pay their dues in this league, Ken.
Well, Fister and Fitzpatrick both had an installment to take care of right there, I'll tell you.
Very rough one.
Butler right, Fister. Now watch the wrapping little elbow. Hi there. I'm the coach.
About this time last year,
that's Mike Fister's wife, a very pretty young lady. You are right, David.
Very true, and a great photographer, by the way.
As I was saying, about this time last year, Larry Stahl was paying his dues.
Well, yet everybody pays their dues out there every single game. Believe me, nobody goes back in that dressing room without bruises. Right now, Richard Brown is going to try to do it again. Now, he put the move on Cliff Butler the last game. Let's see if he can do it again. Butler is going to be on his toes right now. I know that. Butler's trying to keep him off stride. Brown struggling to get back into a knee block into the rail.
Stun him there.
And you are right. Welcome to the big leagues.
It's very true. The major leagues, it's a lot tougher here.
There it goes down there. Back up.
And Brown calls it quits.
I don't blame him.
Alfonso Reyes saying why, but the Jolters weren't playing a whole lot of teamwork there. There was nobody trying to get back to assist their challenge.
They're fooling around in the IRSL.
I don't think Richard Brown is used to this style of skating, this rough and rugged skating here.
Well, he's used to having somebody carry part of the load, and he was on his own that time. He didn't like it. 41-38, the Southern Jolters do still lead the Bombers by 3 points, however. 4:45 in regulation time. The Bombers are going to have to start moving here. Jolters have that pack wide open. They're going to send the big man, World Gray, out again, number 6. And the Bombers a little slow moving anybody here. Oh, hello, block back. Mallory nowhere near the block back. Bombers without a scoring threat. And the Bombers assistant coach, men's captain, Bill Grohl, will do the defensive blocking, number 38. World Gray, a big man picking up speed. That's something you really don't want to let him hook.
Lost balance there.
I think he had the wind knocked out of him. Grohl can put a lot of force into a block. Now, jump block. The Bombers finally finding a way to keep this guy slow. Now, it takes him an awful lot of effort to get that speed back up being stopped like that. He's got a lot of weight to accelerate. Now they have Alvin Mallory back with a block. And now it's back to round 1 again. Bill Grohl. Grohl slowing him down. Butler, jump block.
As he went around the turn there, you saw the pain in his face.
He's a tired man, I know that. There's no score on the play. There's World Gray trying to catch his breath down on the infield. Watch the replay on this once again. Here's the jump block. Cliff Butler up, back, and into the rail. Now, game skater. Gray is not giving up like you saw Richard Brown do in the last play. He comes right back for more. There's Alvin Mallory. Put his whole body into that one. Now we're back to Bill Grohl. And that's about all there was in it for World Gray. Back together, jammers out now. Back to the live action, little Richard Brown. But he will give it to his coach, Alfonso Reyes. Reyes' second time tonight for the Jammer Zone. Joe Perez of the Midwest Pioneers likes to jam a lot, but normally the coach stays with the pivot helmet, and it's unusual to see Ray's out here.
All right, now Ray's is getting ready, and Grohl wants him to come up.
Now let's see how anxious Ray's is to move it. Little Richard Brown might have some I told you so's.
Ray's is back there alone. McPherson's up in the back. He's not going to be able to get back.
No, Cliff Butler's in between backstop, and there's going to be no Jolter help back there. Ray's hits that rail hard by the announcer's table. Bill Grohl knocks him back on the block again. Ray's coming back up. Another elbow by Grohl. Ray's is a tired man right now. This is the final period on a very warm night. Everybody's tired out here. Now Ray's looking up.
Here we go again.
An aggressor in that situation.
No, they won't. No, not that situation.
All right. 41-38. The Southern Jolters still lead the Bombers by 3 points. Watch the replay again here now as we come up on the 1-minute mark in the game.
There might have been a penalty there, but no, he didn't hold on there.
Ray's swinging first. He got the first penalty. This is what I wanted to see, Joe Mahady, because Ray's gets the first penalty. That means he cannot score. Now, although Bill Grohl will get a penalty here, Ray's, as the jammer, will not get credit for a penalty point because he already had a penalty.
That's correct.
There's Bill Grohl down in the infield. 45 seconds on the clock.
You can see the sweat coming from his face.
Now, a jam was started by Larry Stoll, and he gives a whip to Bomber coach Cliff Butler. Johnny McPherson, the men's captain for the Jolters out. This jam again goes to forward. McPherson, a tough break, slipped in the turn and went down. The Bombers need 3 to tie it. They need 4 for the lead. And Butler looking at Darnay McPherson.
And Grohl's penalty's up, Ken, and he's back in that lineup.
Grohl and Reyes.
Okay. Butler on the outside. Darnay McPherson working with the knee. Butler's got to get 3 to tie it. 4 for the lead. McPherson now. Look out. Bill Grohl trying to cut. Oh! They got McPherson out of the way. Now it's Alfonso.
Reyes.
On the inside. Butler's got him. He's still going. He goes up. Oh my God. Cliff Butler calls it off. A grand slam by Bay Bomber points from head coach Cliff Butler. And little Richard Brown sent flying over the top of the rail. Landed about 30 feet off of the track. I thought he'd had it for sure.
Incredible skating, incredible.
Come from behind victory for the San Francisco Bay Bombers. A very happy coach Cliff Butler right there. Stay with us. Interviews will be coming up right now. The final score in the game. The San Francisco Bay Bombers 43, Southern Jolters 41. A come from behind victory for the San Francisco Bay Bombers. Joni Weston, did you worry there in that final period?
I sure did. I was watching the first set, and I thought we were pretty well down.
Okay, now the Jolters trying to play the spoilers role. They haven't done it yet. You got 1 game left, and you got to win that.
Well, that's a tough situation, but the Bombers usually come through when it gets tough. If we don't beat them, then the Pioneers have the league.
Okay, a